YTPC, how are you? Bagpiper coming at you from the back porch. Because today is the day. Got my little dual pipe stand from Danny Shore. And I have my Dr. Graybo Omega with the stem that I put on it. And in this one, 5100 Red Cake. And in my Willard Bent Billard, that was one of the very first pipes ever gifted to me by Smokey Mo. I have the Sutliff 515 RC-1, the Red Cake match. And today is the day for the showdown. Now, I only put, I don't know, you probably won't be able to see in there. They're only like a third of the way full on each. Not very much. I was going to use cobs, but I didn't want to use any of the ones that I had for modding, and the majority of my other ones either have been run through with Latakia or run through with Cherry. So you say what you want about cobs not ghosting, but that would totally taint the process. So I just didn't feel like smoking, pulling out two of the cobs that I have to mod, just to smoke a little bit from each. So I went with the two similar briars. These have both had Virginias through them. Been smoking a lot of luxury Navy Flake and Virginia slices through this one, but I haven't smoked them in a couple of weeks, so it should be pretty good and aired out. And then I have my homebrewed cold coffee to cleanse my palate. So right off the bat, between the two, the smells are obviously different. The 5100 has that unmistakable smell, that vinegary ketchup smell. The 515 I don't know. Guess I should have brought the jars out with me. Let's go with the 515 first, since it's already in my hand. It doesn't have that McClellan Virginia smell, that ketchupy vinegary type. Smell to it, but the flavor, it's just like a touch off of the vinegary McClellan flavor. If you've ever had 5100 Red Cake, then you know what I mean. It's definitely a decent Virginia. It's really not bad. And I guess I should probably add, this is my newest in age. 5100, not the old stuff. I didn't think the aged Virginias would be a fair chance. Just something about that 5100 red cake. For me, I think the 5100 has like, and it's probably because I never let it dry fully, but it has that initial bitey Virginia quality to it, and maybe that's from the Virginias. I mean the vinegars, but then it just straight into this smooth, just real good Virginia. So here's what I think. In my slightly biased, totally unprofessional opinion, because I've only been smoking a pipe for like 10 months now. And I've only really begun to appreciate the Virginias in the last couple of months. The 5100 I mean, it's close. It is really close. I would say that the 5100 is probably, well, without doubt, it's a higher grade tobacco as far as the Virginias go. It's the whole reason that 5100 went out before the rest of McClellan's, is because they couldn't get the level of Virginias that they were used to getting, and they wouldn't skimp on quality. So the quality level goes to 5100 for sure. But, and don't shoot me for saying this, it's not by much. It's only I don't know if a new pipe smoker could tell the difference in the quality of the tobaccos, just because they would be new and they hadn't experienced them. There is a difference. But I would say it's only like a grade level difference. As far as the flavors go, they're very similar. McClellan's, it is not the Sutliff is not. It's not that spot on vinegary, ketchupy Virginia flavor that we all know and love. But it is very close. Whoever their blender is, whoever Sutliff's blender is making this, doing a really good job. Because it is close. Will the Sutliff 515 RC-1 suffice as a replacement for 5100? Absolutely. If they were both available at the same time, would I buy the Sutliff over the 5100? I guess that would depend on how much money I had. Probably not. I would probably go with McClellan's. If they were still around. Just for that little bit extra on the quality, and kind of like a McClellan's fanboy, so. Could you take the Sutliff 5100 or 515 RC-1 and mix it in with your McClellan's 5100 red cake to stretch your red cake out more, longer, or whatever? You probably could. If you wanted to, I would say if one was so inclined to do so, by all means. Obviously, it's going to tone down the McClellan's just a tad, but bump up the Sutliff just a tad. As far as aroma is concerned. And it probably would stretch out your 5100 if you did it like an even mix. It probably would stretch out the 5100 and, you know, give you, especially if you let it sit for a little while, they would marry together and it would be probably unnoticeable. Am I going to do it? No. I think the 515 is a great blend on its own, and so there's no need to throw it in with something else. And on the opposite side of that, 5100 is 5100. I'm not going to put anything else in there. Actually, though, now that I think about it, that wouldn't be a bad experiment. Take like, I don't know, 0.25 grams or something. or 0.25 of an ounce of each. Throw it in a jar and just let it sit for a couple months, and then come back and see what the flavor did. That would be an interesting experiment. I might do that. Maybe. It won't be much though. Honestly, it's kind of like smoking fresh. The 515 would be like fresh luxury, and I'm just using this as an example, not as a to tell you what the flavors taste like. Just trying to pick a blend that the majority of everybody has had, aged and fresh. Or could get and try. The 515 would be like fresh luxury Navy flake or fresh full Virginia flake, and then the 5100 would be like a really nice aged full Virginia flake or luxury Navy flake. Similar profiles, but just that slight difference in quality and smoothness. That is it for the 515. I did that on purpose. As I wanted to finish off with the 5100. It will be interesting to see what the 515 RC-1 is like once it's aged. I'm going to buy some more of that soon, and I'll throw an ounce or two of that in a jar and not smoke it for a complete year, just to see in a year's time what the difference is on it. As far as flavor goes. Because like I said, I think it's a good blend on its own. If we remember that it is not 5100 Red Cake, and while it may try to be a close approximation to it, it is not. And we take 5100 Red Cake out of the picture and just focus on the 515. It is a good blend on its own. It has great flavor to it. It has a decent smoke time to it, depending on what pipe you put it in and how you pack it. It behaves well. It's almost perfect moisture straight out of the bag. It is a good blend on its own. In the versus competition, it's a close runner-up. Is that because I'm biased? Maybe. But trying to take the biasness out out of the equation. Maybe if I had some aged 515 to go up against the freshest 5100, it would be a little bit different. But fresh versus fresh, McClellan just has an edge on the level of quality in the tobacco leaf. Man, I did not intend for this video to go this long. I'll probably edit down some of the stuff. I am going to miss this once it's gone. Well, that's about all I got. I'm going to sit here and enjoy the last few minutes of this and then go inside. Y'all have a good week. Keep it full and rolling. Bagpiper out.